Hi guys, welcome back to another weekend video. Now today we'll be discussing a couple things. Firstly, let's look at how the market panned out yesterday. On top of that, we'll also discuss what exactly is a pivot and also what are some of the sectors or some of the stocks that I'm really looking at for the next couple of weeks. So let's start by looking at the market, just do a quick market monitor review. Now yesterday the market behaved in ways that I did not expect it to behave at all, and that's the beauty of the stock market. It does what it wants and we are no one to predict. Day before yesterday I was like the markets are going to fall now for at least for a week and now we have nothing to do, but the markets suddenly just show a different kind of strength altogether. So today the markets were up 1% and we saw a lot of strength in stocks and sector specific stocks, and I'm loving that action. Sector specific stock action is one of the best signs that you're going to get into a continuation of a rally, that you're not just moving in random stocks, but you're moving in a group of stocks, which means institutional action is very prevalent. Now the market very clearly took a rejection from the 20-day today. However, there were no clear support levels either. If we have a look, these lows there are no clear support levels. One very key thing which I'm observing and which I'm very excited about is that the 50-day is going to get into a golden cross very soon. If the market can control itself and give us some sort of upward action and then pause a little more, right? What's going to happen is that with this entire, pause and upward action pause, we're going to see the 50-day take over the 200-day, and that is one of the best signs for a bull market. We can look very clearly over here that when the 50 days started taking over the 200-day, we saw a new bull rally start. However, there have also been a lot of cases wherein the 50-day takes over the 200-day for a small period of time and then you fall again. But I'm not getting that feeling from the market this time. I'm getting a very positive feeling. The reason being that we are seeing very clear sectoral actions. Earnings have been quite decent as well this time in the small cap space. And Nifty as well did not really fall that much and is making a beautiful base now. See, now this kind of action, now if you break this, then you're out of a range, right? Then you are seeing positive action in Nifty. So that's the reason why I'm really hopeful for the markets in the coming few weeks. But that also brings me to a very important point. We are still following the same thought process that the environment is more important than anything else. And I have noticed in my time as a trader that whenever the small cap index is below the 10-day moving average, there is absolutely nothing to do in the market. The odds of success are very low. Let me take you back to this space. The moment we came above the 10-day moving average is when we saw that beautiful November-December rally where you saw all those IPO stocks working amazingly well, right? Whenever we were above the 10-day moving average in this May space or in this June space, that's where we saw stocks working. It's not necessary that the stocks cannot work below the 10-day moving average, but we're talking about odds of success. And I'm repeating it again that we are in a game of odds today, right? The stock market is always a game of odds. Over here as well, 10-day moving average, this is where the odds were the highest for you to make money. The moment you're below the 10-day moving average and trading below it continuously, the weaker that you're going to get. So that is why I feel like now it's good. There are very positive signs, but we're still not ready yet. It'll still take at least 2-3 days for the index to give that sort of action that I'm looking for. And then we're on for a big rally, it seems. Again, this is just speculation, but at the same time, there's no need to predict the market. We can very easily just wait, let the market play itself out and just see how it works from there. So let's understand now what exactly are some of the sectors that I'm looking at, and I'll show you. So Vari Energies gave a very beautiful action yesterday, and it was up 12% on high institutional volume. There was buying of 4,060 crores compared to the day before that 300 crores, 500 crores, 250 crores, 260 crores, 220 crores, right? So this is very clear institutional action. The reason being, we saw that they announced an expansion of their US manufacturing base in Texas. And now this is very good. Now we're seeing clear institutional accumulation here. You're forming a beautiful base. And now I expect Vari, give me these 3-4 days of inside action. Not even 3, give me 2-3 days of inside action. Let the moving averages catch up to you. Make a beautiful pivot and I'll be the first one to buy you. And now I'm liking this because this stock has gotten light. A lot of guys were buying it here, everyone stopped out. A lot of guys buying it here, everyone stopped out. Now we're a very light stock. So this is something that I'm really liking. With this, Q Power has also shown beautiful action. This is like clear institutional accumulation. You're up 12% on a buying of 300 crores. Next day, buying of 120 crores. And then just look, you're disappearing 30 crores, 50 crores. Then again, you're up this day 7.5% on a buying of 160 crores. And then you're disappearing again. And now you're up 10% yesterday on a buying of 170 crores again. So beautiful institutional accumulation, right? Again, this can make a nice flag, and the power sector seems to be on. Nava. Amazing. Just look at this bang. 726 crores. Next day, 50 crores, 20 crores, 16 crores, 700 crores, 45 crores, 560. So this is very clear institutional accumulation. If you can't understand institutional accumulation, this is the way to look at it. Now, what is a pivot? A lot of guys were asking. A pivot is simple, right? Once you have this left-hand side created and then you are going in the process of supply absorption, there comes a point where there's a pivotal level, a pivotal price point where supply and demand are equal, and then demand takes over. So a pivot is usually described as 3 to 5 days, there's no limit, but a few days of tight price action with low volumes, and then at these levels, supply is completely exhausted and demand just bursts and we see a breakout happen. So if I show you a pivot in some of the stocks we traded, these were the pivotal levels in R Power where you can see the volume is reducing and suddenly you're getting very tight price ranges, and then boom, GRSE. Price has become very tight and boom, Beautiful action. UCO Bank, not here, but UCO Bank way before, right here. This is one of the best examples. Any of the winning stocks, right? You're making your left hand side, now you're making your VCP, tight, price is getting tight, volumes are disappearing, and boom, exploding action. So these are some of the actions that you want to see. This is what a pivot is called, and these are called pivotal levels. RVNL, this is a beautiful pivot. Let me show you. Okay, look at this action. You made your left hand side, now you're making your VCP formation. Action gets so tight. 850 crore volume, 200, 100 crore, 150 crore, 200 crore. And suddenly you've made tight ranges and boom, breakout. And the breakout volume is 1400 crore, and the day before 200 crore. So that is exactly what a pivot is. It's a few days of tight price action with tight volumes, and that's what increases your chance of success in breakout trading. I've seen a lot of guys trading this. Look, this is what they trade nowadays, right? Yeah, downward trend line, and this is your breakout point, and from here it's supposed to go like 70% targets. That's all BS. In my opinion, it's all BS. Don't follow any of that. Just learn basic price action. That's what will take you long ahead in swing trading. Look at this beautiful tight price action. 460 crore buying, 536 crore buying, 860 crore buying, and next day 7,480 crores of buying. Do you understand the difference in this price action? This is called a pivotal level. Study the biggest winners of the past bull run. They'll all have pivot points, and that's exactly what you're looking for. Anyway, so now we've discussed market monitor, we've discussed sectors, and we've discussed pivot points. One last thing I want to discuss was, actually I've discussed that as well, right? That CNX small cap above 10-day, that is where you want to look at it. Apart from that, apart from the power sector, another sector, defense. This is looking very promising to me now. GRSE, give me 2 days of inside action. 1, 2, you catch up with moving averages, I'll buy you. But I doubt this is going to happen. What I expect to happen is that this price moves ahead. Yes, tomorrow you're up another 4-5%. I don't mind it. There was no pivot for me. Give me 2 days of inside, 1 day of inside, and then you blast. And I have a feeling that this is what is going to happen. And it doesn't really bother me that I've missed this buy point. The reason being that where is the environment? From here, if the small cap index decides enough is enough and it falls like this, and then you fall below 200 day, what's the point of that 4% move that you capture? It's all about odds, right? Let this small cap index go above the 10-day and then I'm in. That's all for today. Defense, power, that's what a pivot point is, and CNX small cap above 10-day. That's all you need to know. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all next time on the market monitor. And that would be after 2 weeks now, guys. Okay, but keep trading well. Make sure that you're not making bad decisions, and keep your emotions in check, and all the best. Thank you so much.